4. Quiet presence creates impact differently. Quiet people influence spaces without dominating them. They listen deeply, notice nuance, and respond with intention rather than impulse. Their presence is stabilizing, not stimulating. But this kind of impact is rarely celebrated in loud cultures. When quiet presence is overlooked, people begin to doubt its value. They confuse invisibility with irrelevance. Over time, this erodes confidence and mental health. Yet quiet systems were never meant to compete with noise. They were meant to bring coherence. Your way of being doesn't need amplification, it needs recognition. 5. Healing begins when you stop measuring yourself by volume. The turning point comes when you stop asking, "Why can't I be louder?" and start asking, "What happens when I let myself be quiet?" As loudness is released as a standard, the nervous system softens, energy returns, emotional regulation improves, life feels less forced. You don't shrink when you choose quiet. You align. You were never meant to live loudly. You were meant to live truthfully, at a volume your system can sustain. 6. Alignment arrives when quiet is no longer mistaken for absence. Living loudly was never the goal of a quiet nervous system. The exhaustion you felt came from trying to translate depth into volume, presence into performance, and sensitivity into something more visible so it could be understood. When you stop measuring yourself by how noticeable you are, the body begins to rest. The nervous system no longer braces against a world that equates worth with noise. Instead, it settles into its natural rhythm, observant, reflective, grounded. Energy returns not because you are doing less, but because you are no longer doing what was never aligned. Quiet ways of being create impact differently. They listen longer, they notice more, they move with intention rather than urgency. When this is honored, life feels less like resistance and more like flow. You don't disappear when you soften, you become coherent. This content is for educational and reflective purposes only. It is based on real-life experiences and personal growth journeys, shared to invite awareness, not conclusions. We encourage kind, respectful discussion and constructive comments. In the next reflection, why quiet people feel out of place, we will explore how social expectations, environmental mismatch, and misunderstanding of quiet systems create a sense of displacement, and how recognizing this can restore self-trust, belonging, and emotional ease. Loudness was never your natural language. From early on, you may have noticed that loud spaces drained you rather than energized you. Conversations that required constant performance, fast reactions, or strong presence left your nervous system overstimulated, while others thrived in noise and visibility. Your system searched for meaning, tone, and depth. This difference wasn't weakness. It was design. Quiet people process internally before responding. Sensitive nervous systems prioritize coherence over volume. But in environments that reward loudness, speed, and visibility, this natural rhythm is often misunderstood. So you may have learned to speak louder than you felt, react faster than you were ready, or show more than was authentic, just to be seen. Over time, this mismatch creates emotional fatigue and mental health strain. Living loudly wasn't alignment. It was adaptation. And adaptation, when sustained too long, turns into exhaustion. 2. Your nervous system wasn't built for constant stimulation. Loud living demands constant engagement, noise, urgency, visibility, reaction, For quiet or sensitive systems, this level of stimulation keeps the nervous system in prolonged activation. Attention stays outward. Regulation never fully completes. This is why loud environments often feel heavy rather than exciting. Your system is not resisting life, it is protecting itself from overload. Mental health suffers when sensitivity is forced into stimulation it cannot metabolize. Burnout develops quietly, often mistaken for lack of resilience. But resilience is not about enduring what harms you. It is about knowing what your system can sustainably hold. You were never meant to live loudly because your nervous system needs rhythm, space, and depth to function well. 3. You learn to perform loudness to survive. Many quiet people learned early that being noticeable was safer than being overlooked. You may have raised your voice, exaggerated reactions, or pushed yourself into social visibility, not because it felt right, but because it felt necessary. This performance came at a cost. The more you performed loudness, the more disconnected you felt from yourself. Your inner world grew quieter while your outer presence grew louder. This split creates confusion around identity and self-trust. You may feel tired without knowing why. Disconnected even when surrounded by people. The exhaustion isn't from being yourself. It's from not being allowed to be.